Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about IRCC unveils Canada's 2025 to 2026 immigration plan and key priorities. Canada's immigration future is taking a new shape as IRCC reveals its 2025 to 2026 plan. With revised targets and a focus on balance, the strategy emphasizes economic stability and social cohesion. It also marks a historic step with the introduction of temporary resident caps and increased focus on digital transformation and humanitarian readiness. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. On June 20th, 2025, Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada posted its 2025 to 26 departmental plan, a roadmap that balances economic ambition, social responsibility, and humanitarian leadership. This comprehensive strategy enlists the department's priorities and plans to achieve them by addressing pressing domestic challenges such as housing shortages and infrastructure strain. With bold reforms to visa processes, permanent residency pathways, citizenship programs, and passport services, the department's plan is poised to reshape Canada's future. This video explores the plan's core responsibilities, dissects its ambitious goals, and highlights what it means for Canada and the global community. Whether you're an international student dreaming of studying in Canada, a worker eyeing opportunities in high-demand sectors, or a citizen curious about the nation's direction, this in-depth analysis will captivate and inform. Highlights of 2025 to 2026 Departmental Plan. Canada's immigration system is at a turning point. The 2025 to 26 Departmental Plan responds to a world in flux marked by economic recovery, geopolitical tensions, and domestic pressures like housing affordability. With a population of approximately 41.5 million, Canada faces the challenge of sustaining its growth while ensuring that newcomers can thrive without overwhelming public services. The IRCC's plan introduces a sustainable framework that aligns immigration with community capacity, prioritizes economic contributions, and upholds Canada's humanitarian legacy. Key highlights include temporary resident targets, a historic move to continue with capping temporary resident arrivals, addressing housing and infrastructure concerns. Express entry focus, prioritizing the categories like strong French language skills or work experience in the fields of healthcare and social services, trades, and education. Refugee and humanitarian commitments, expanding resettlement programs and modernizing asylum processes. Citizenship and passport modernization, streamlining services to enhance accessibility and global mobility. This video dives into each core responsibility, offering a detailed look at how IRCC's vision will shape Canada's future. Core Responsibility 1, Visitors, International Students, and Temporary Workers. A sustainable approach to temporary residents. Canada's temporary resident programs encompassing visitors, international students, and temporary workers have long fueled economic growth and cultural diversity. However, rapid increases in temporary resident numbers have strained housing, healthcare, and social services, particularly in urban hubs like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. The 2025 to 2027 Immigration Levels Plan introduces groundbreaking arrival targets to ensure sustainability. 2025, 673,650 new temporary resident arrivals. 2026, 516,600 arrivals. 2027, 543,600 arrivals. Minister Lena Metlage-Diob's statement, "Immigration has always been an economic advantage to Canada, and with that comes a responsibility to maintain a sustainable immigration level consistent with our country's community and service capacity." These targets focus on international students and temporary workers, excluding short-term visitors. Short-term visitors include those with temporary resident visas or electronic travel authorizations and seasonal workers, who are not counted in Statistics Canada's year-end population estimates. The breakdown includes international students, 305,900 annually from 2025 to 2027, reflecting a controlled intake to balance educational opportunities with resource availability. Temporary Foreign Worker Program, 82,000 workers annually from 2025 to 2027, targeting essential sectors like agriculture and healthcare. International Mobility Program, 285,750 workers in 2025, 128,700 in 2026, and 155,700 in 2027, focusing on high-skill talent. The overarching goal, announced in March 2024, is to reduce the temporary resident share to 5% of Canada's population by 2026, down from higher levels in recent years. This responds to public concerns about housing affordability and service access, ensuring that immigration aligns with Canada's capacity to integrate newcomers. Streamlining entry for genuine visitors. Facilitating travel while maintaining system integrity is a cornerstone of IRCC's strategy. The 2025-26 plan introduces measures to streamline entry for eligible visitors. Expanded electronic travel authorization. Since February 2024, travelers from 67 countries can apply for an ETA instead of a visa, with most approvals granted within minutes. This simplifies access for low-risk travelers, boosting tourism and business exchanges. Visa integrity measures. IRCC has enhanced officer training in risk assessment and fraud detection, leading to a 61% increase in visa refusals for high-risk countries. This ensures that only genuine visitors enter, protecting Canada's borders while maintaining openness. Consultant governance. By finalizing regulations for the College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultants, IRCC aims to protect applicants from fraudulent advisors, ensuring a fair and transparent process. Supporting crisis-affected travelers. Canada continues to lead in humanitarian support, expediting travel document processing for individuals affected by crises in regions like Gaza and Sudan. This aligns with Canada's global reputation as a safe haven for those in need. The ETA expansion makes Canada more accessible to global tourists and business travelers, boosting sectors like hospitality and retail. Meanwhile, robust fraud detection ensures public safety, addressing concerns about immigration system misuse. Economic benefits through targeted programs. Temporary residents are vital to Canada's economy, filling labor market gaps and driving innovation. The 2025-26 plan introduces reforms to maximize these benefits. Prioritizing essential sectors. The TFW program will prioritize applications in agriculture, food processing, healthcare, and technology, aligning with Canada's tech talent strategy. This ensures that critical industries have the talent needed to compete globally. New agricultural labor stream. In collaboration with Employment and Social Development Canada, IRCC is developing a sector-specific work permit for agriculture and fish processing, alongside expanded agreements with partner countries like Mexico and Guatemala. International trade agreements. Canada is negotiating labor mobility pathways with ASEAN nations and CPTPP candidates, including Indonesia and Ecuador. These agreements will facilitate the entry of skilled workers, enhancing trade and innovation. Employer compliance. The IMP's compliance regime ensures fair working conditions, with inspections to prevent program misuse and promote workplace safety. International students, balancing opportunity and sustainability. International students contribute over $22 billion annually to Canada's economy, supporting jobs and innovation. However, rapid growth has strained resources, prompting targeted reforms. Study permit caps. An intake cap on most study permit applications ensures sustainable growth, balancing educational access with housing and service capacity. Cost of living adjustments. In 2024, students needed to show $20,635, 75% of the low-income cutoff, plus tuition and travel costs. Starting in 2025, this requirement will increase annually to reflect updated living costs, ensuring students are financially prepared. Francophone Student Pilot. The Francophone Minority Communities Student Pilot Program will welcome its first cohort in 2025, supporting French-speaking students and enhancing Francophone communities outside Quebec. Post-graduation work permit reforms. IRCC updated PGWP-eligible fields to align with labor market needs, prioritizing sectors like healthcare, construction, and STEM. Spousal work permits. Revised eligibility for spousal work permits will attract talent while addressing labor shortages in high-demand sectors. Core Responsibility 2, Immigrant and Refugee Selection and Integration. The 2025 to 2027 immigration levels plan reduces permanent resident admissions to ease pressures on housing and infrastructure. 2025, 395,000 admissions. 2026, 380,000 admissions. 2027, 365,000 admissions. By 2027, the plan allocates 62% to economic categories, driving labor market growth, 22% to family reunification, strengthening social bonds, 15% to resettled refugees and protected persons, upholding humanitarian values, 1.2% to humanitarian and compassionate admissions, supporting vulnerable individuals. Over 40% of 2025 admissions will be former students or workers already in Canada, facilitating seamless transitions to permanent residency. Express entry, targeting in-demand skills. The express entry system will use category-based selection to prioritize candidates with strong French language skills, supporting Francophone immigration goals. Work experience in healthcare, social services, trades, or education. The Canadian Experience class will focus on temporary residence in skilled occupations, ensuring strong employment outcomes and above-average earnings. Regional and business immigration. IRCC is targeting entrepreneurs and regional labor needs. Startup visa and self-employed programs. These programs attract wealth-creating entrepreneurs, with enhanced client satisfaction measures in 2025, such as reduced application intake and prioritized processing. Provincial Nominee Program. The PNP will transition more temporary residents to permanent residency, with a temporary public policy extending work permits for up to 2 years for PNP candidates. Atlantic Immigration Program. This program encourages settlement in Atlantic Canada, addressing labor shortages in less populated regions. Family Reunification and Refugee Resettlement. Family Reunification, IRCC will simplify online content, improve processing times for overseas spousal and child applications, and enhance wait time communication. Refugee Resettlement. Canada will resettle 12,000 refugees annually from Africa, the Middle East, and Asia-Pacific, and 4,000 from the Americas by 2028. The private sponsorship of refugees program will pause certain streams until December 2025 to manage backlogs. Francophone immigration. IRCC aims for 8.5% of permanent resident admissions to be French-speaking in 2025, supported by a new economic program and express entry category-based selection. This strengthens Francophone minority communities outside Quebec, fostering cultural vitality. Asylum system modernization. With $1.1 billion in new funding, IRCC is stabilizing the asylum system through technology investments for faster processing. Interim federal health program coverage for refugees and claimants. Expanded interim housing assistance program with reception centers and non-profit partnerships. Canada is advancing global migration goals through the Global Compact for Safe, Orderly, Regular Migration, promoting gender-responsive approaches and social cohesion. The Global Compact on Refugees, expanding resettlement and complementary pathways like the Economic Mobility Pathways Pilot, which will become permanent by 2025. The reduction in permanent resident admissions reflects a pragmatic approach to growth, ensuring that newcomers integrate successfully. The focus on Francophone immigration and refugee resettlement reinforces Canada's commitment to diversity and humanitarian leadership. Core Responsibility 3, Citizenship and Passports. Encouraging citizenship. IRCC aims for 85% of permanent residents to become citizens, with 2025 to 26 initiatives including expanding e-applications for minors and families, reducing barriers to citizenship. Facilitating online knowledge tests and language waivers, making the process more accessible. Incorporating Indigenous knowledge keepers in citizenship ceremonies, supporting reconciliation with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. Citizenship is the final step in Canada's immigration journey, fostering a sense of belonging and civic participation. Including Indigenous perspectives in ceremonies underscores Canada's commitment to inclusivity. Modernizing passport services. With over 4.5 million passports issued annually, IRCC is enhancing services. Online renewals, a new online channel for adult passport renewals, launched in 2024, will expand in 2025. Automation, a new processing system will expedite issuance, reducing wait times. Global access, the passport issuance platform will be deployed abroad, improving services for Canadians overseas. Canada's participation in the International Civil Aviation Organization ensures compliance with global standards, facilitating international travel. Efficient passport services enhance Canada's global connectivity, supporting tourism, business, and diaspora engagement. The online renewal system will save time for millions of Canadians. Broader implications, what this means for Canada and the world. The 2025-26 Departmental Plan is a blueprint for a sustainable, inclusive, and prosperous Canada. Key implications include economic resilience. By prioritizing high-demand sectors, Canada strengthens its global competitiveness. Social cohesion, investments in Francophone communities, refugee resettlement, and settlement services foster inclusivity. Global leadership, Canada's role in international migration forums sets a standard for balanced, humanitarian-focused policies. For prospective immigrants, the plan offers clear pathways to success, while Canadians benefit from a system that balances growth with stability. Canada's 2025-26 departmental plan is a bold step toward a future that is sustainable, inclusive, and globally influential. By recalibrating temporary and permanent resident programs, modernizing citizenship and passport services, and leading on global migration issues, IRCC is shaping a nation that welcomes newcomers while addressing domestic needs. As Canada navigates a complex world, this plan proves that thoughtful policy can balance economic ambition, social responsibility, and humanitarian values. Minister Diabs emphasized, "We will work to reduce the share of temporary residents to 5% of Canada's total population, and our economic immigration streams will focus on transitioning temporary workers in Canada to permanent residents." This video's roadmap reflects Canada's shift toward a more measured, inclusive, and digitally efficient immigration system. By prioritizing long-term sustainability and responsiveness, IRCC aims to serve both newcomers and national interests. The plan reaffirms Canada's commitment to managed growth, fairness, and global leadership in immigration policy. That is all for today, in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next video. Till then, take care.